Welcome back to Gollum. So, before we continue, let's take a look at more lore.
Thought we just did that at the end of the last part, or maybe I'm mixing that up with
enough,
another part.
Not enough. Bell Tower. Far from Thranduil's halls remains some ruins of former Elvish settlements. One of them is the Bell Tower. Its magical bells once honored the fallen soldiers after the war against Sauron at the end of the Second Age. Among them, Thranduil's father, the Old King. Traces of the bell's magic can still be felt and, though evanescent, still have the power to keep away evil creatures.
Hence why throwing stones at them, I guess, wards away the purple balls.
Truthflings and Laurel. The Truthflings can affect a person's mind without them even being aware of it. Watching the hypnotic patterns of light and colors dazzles the mind and makes the person open and truthful about everything they are asked. The Laurel, on the other hand, an orange lichen, contains elements that keep the brain clear and the person wide awake, protecting them from the dazzling, hypnotic influence of the Truthflings.
Basically caffeine.
What was up with the music there all of a sudden?
No idea.
No idea.
We can establish with the stories all over the place indeed.
The haze.
So I'm guessing...
The haze is a magical wall of fog protecting the Elven King's realm. Strong spells are woven into it by the Elven magicians, spells that resemble the power of their ancient woodland realm of Doriath under King Fingal. At the source, the Elven magicians of Thranduil's court have created a nexus of natural energies of water and wind to create a magical barrier around the Elven realm, preventing anyone from leaving or entering without the king's permission. The knowledge and magic used by Gwendol and his scholars derive from a similar but more powerful spell that protected the hidden woodland realm of Doriath. Okay, then. Well, elf magic, basically.
Were those purple balls the Truthflings that the other bio mentioned?
I don't know. Stepping into the haze makes one's mind foggy and disoriented. Thorin Oakenshield and his company of dwarves experience similar effects when they step into the glades of the celebrating elves. Elven magic is very subtle. Tolkien used words like weaving and singing to describe their kind of communal magic. The elven magicians met, sang, and created and awoke the powers inherent in wind and water. Its power lasts as long as the conditions that created it remain in place.
Again, it's something that happens in the book version of The Hobbit and the movies did not do for some reason.
I will say that one interesting thing about the lore is, like, well, not only does it give details about stuff, but it actually gives some behind-the-scenes stuff about, you know, Tolkien's thought patterns here and there.
It's better since I paid $4 for this.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry. I still don't think it's worth $4 for what should honestly have been a part of the game from the get-go, since, again, you could arguably just look these up on a wiki about the game in that regard for free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the wiki, the Lord of the Rings wiki, probably has the entire lore compendium there anyway. 10 days later.
And that required a jump scare sound because...
That's because every time there's a loading screen, that sound effect happens, Joe. I don't know why. Anyway, we already saw this in the previous part. Let's skip this. Skip.
It's become self-aware. It's become self-aware. It knows Pedro is so bored he's nearly falling asleep, so he has to do that to wake him up.
So just to recap...
No, that's reference to Ring Cord, where I fall asleep. Go on.
So just to recap, we escaped the Elven Fortress, technically twice, only to be captured after what felt like a rather trippy bout, and Mell left us, and now we're back here. Like, to what end and what purpose?
Here's an example of what I'm talking about. Play with chimes. See? And you just press triangle and just... There's a lot of instruments over the course of the game where you can just touch them just for the hell of it, right? So when I looked at the art when I was playing, I didn't even think twice about trying to play the harp because, oh, okay, it's just an instrument there. Like, because again, the game never pointed in any way that the harp was somehow connected to the chandelier. So can you really blame me for not bothering to try out the harp? You know, like I was silly me expecting this game to be consistent with how it does things.
What was up with that cruel she-elf? And it seemed like she was coming on to Gollum there. Oh, we almost look our most beautiful. Even you. I shall make you laurels, but I know you'll hate it. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but give Gollum some personal space there, girl. So, what now? Mel's escaped. They're still holding us, I guess, to find out whatever they can.
Right now, we're talking to this cook.
she adjusting a lantern?
I think so. Looks like it.
What's she doing?
Preparing lanterns for tonight.
Yeah,
What's
there you go.
tonight?
Tonight is Midsummer Night. We will all be out in the woods celebrating.
That's what the previous she-elf was actually
We will
mentioning.
see.
Midsummer Night as a Midsummer Night's Dream.
Ringmaster was alive.
Ah, here we go
Funny.
again. I wish he were, I truly do, but I fear it was just one of Mel's dreams. He is
Oh
gone.
yeah, the Riddlemaster
And now she is
totally isn't alive.
Nice lanterns.
Just one of Mel's dreams. There was no narrative foreshadowing for that whatsoever.
The children love to take my light stones up to the gardens to play. Would you not help me find them?
Oh god, I think
Shiny
it's...
marbles, big as
No, it's in the
hearts.
next part that we're going to see it. Okay.
Smeagol can
Eh.
help
The
you.
let's just say this upcoming section is one of the more
Someone's in a good
annoying in the game.
Really? That's saying something.
I mean, I thought you meant that the one in the previous part was the most tedious and boring one.
Well, tedious and
tedious and
boring and
are different
annoying.
from annoying.
Yeah, annoying is like when it pisses me off. Boring is when it bores me to sleep.
Okay.
So, is it annoying in a buggy sense or annoying in like a mission sense?
Both.
Oh, I noticed the between frames.
Can you? Okay, I am genuinely concerned that this game is gonna fall apart at the seams. I just
Like, I mean, shoot, I don't think even Sonic 06 crashed upon itself. Well, not crashed, but I don't think even Sonic 06 bugged out this consistently.
Sonic 06 is one of those things where like the bugs are a bit more like less blatant. Like there's a lot of them, but like a lot of times the bugs will be more about how the controls work rather than just rather than just like Sonic walking on air or something like that.
And I guess to give it credit, the bugs were more apparent in the PS3 version than the Xbox 360 version, which did get patched and is somewhat stable.
Also weird because apparently a lot of games that had that were multi-plat and were totally bug apparently had the PS3 version, which was better than the Xbox 360, namely Alone in the Dark reboot and Mindjack.
What is up with the way that one elf was... Oh, never mind. For a minute, I could have sworn that elf on the right looked like he was floating above the sea.
What I wouldn't give to be watching the Tangle series right now.
I know. Hey, yeah, Tangled, lanterns, and all that.
Not
Yeah.
just that, the aesthetic do remind me a bit.
A Tangled and Lord of the Rings crossover.
Well, you can tell that when they created that series, they inspired themselves on classical fantasy media. So it's very
European medieval painting.
So, let me guess. Gollum's gonna try and escape during the Festival of Lanterns, isn't he?
Oh yeah, the European.
That's bad.
Oh yeah, the European paintings. That was already present in the original film because of Rapunzel's painting style.
Yeah.
So, legit question. What are we doing now? Like,
Right now,
Luke said that we need to get to 2 shiny stones from children who who fought better than actually did what they were told.
because I'm
Essentially,
sure
Gollum has to play babysitter.
Because yes, Gollum is the ideal person to look after your
FBI
kids.
agent to babysitter. This Gollum can do anything.
there you go. So I forgot about this passage. Here we go.
Good.
One.
Good. That must be one of her lights.
Maybe he just needs more time. I truly think he's getting better.
Wait, what? Oh, you can hear her thoughts?
From the river for
Oh wait, no, they're talking.
And today he's helping Nelvis with her lights.
The honorable deeds of Smeagol. I do not care if he starts writing poetry. If kindness will not help, we must find different measures.
You see, Smeagol seems to be doing good, but that's not what we want, so punish him. That'll totally get him
He's an
down.
asshole, even before he established that he just wants information, because he wants to find the ring himself.
Yep.
Which is, of course, probably going to just...
Worth noting that, as far as I know, at the very least, during the events of Lord of the Rings, it's never specifically stated what Thranduil's mindset was. So the idea of being potentially asshole-ish is technically possible, so I will not judge the game for it. It's just taking a stance for it. But it's just that the book never stated. The only thing that we do know is that, Legolas is devoted to his house, but at the same time has a strong sense of justice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the apple seems to have fallen pretty far from the tree when it came to Legolas.
Alright. Well, it's one of the more common fantasy, medieval fantasy tropes. The prince who disagrees with the father and wants to take over the kingdom and reconstruct it. It's like one of the most common storytelling devices in fantasy media.
Alright then.
Alright, let's talk to the elf guards.
How are you, Smeagol? So far from home amongst strange folk like us? No relatives? No one to talk to?
Twist the knife while you're at it.
Let's all point to them and laugh.
Yes, friends do not play nasty tricks.
Yes, like that wizard. He was a very tricky old man.
But
Do you elves have any point other than just being generic assholes who
We can
spout
protect you
exposition?
from men like him. But see,
The dialogue might as well be
be
repeated every time they open their mouths.
Alright, we'll tell half of the story.
He asked about our birthday.
Oh, that reminds me, by the way, one piece of criticism that I haven't thrown out yet is the dialogue selections that we have occasionally, right? Like, the way they do it is when you select one or the other, it briefly increases in size or something. I feel like it would have been much better to have an arrow, a cursor or something, or at the very least,
Yeah, like the Mass Effect case.
or at the very least have the one we're currently selecting be white instead of black in the background. Like that would have,
Yeah, I
because
also
because it can be a bit because especially when there's a lot of choices all at once. It can be a bit difficult to. It can be very easy to lose track of which option you have selected right now.
Yeah, especially because they both
See, look at that.
one starts with the X, but then the other also gets selected. It gets
You see what I mean?
weird.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It can be genuinely difficult to lose track of which one is selected right now. Like,
I swear, some of these decisions aren't even, exclusive to this genre of game. It feels like these should be obvious flaws from the get-go.
So weird.
What? Well, again, I have a good idea of what happened, but seriously, though, what were the absolute, exact series of events that led to this game being made in this fashion? Jesus Christ, the bloom on that girl's hair!
to be fair, it's
Her
because
arrows!
it's because she's standing right in the sunlight. So
I don't know, even the arrows look reflective, and unless those are light arrows, they shouldn't look like that in the light.
oh yeah, this bit here. Basically, I fell into the river, and I can't jump in this specific section, so basically I have to follow them through the river.
God.
Don't worry, it still works fine.
I guess they realized that you'd be stuck gameplay.
where the beetles hum
Don't worry, I was just trying to see what would happen. There you go.
Oh, okay, so you're right. Weird that you couldn't jump at other points. In
No,
the
I think the game will actually properly do something if I can't. I don't know, but whatever, it worked fine, so I'm not complaining.
Alright then.
It's more so. Well, okay.
Yes.
No, here's the thing about this game. Like I said, the big problem, again, that's the weird part. It feels very amateurish in the way it's made because it feels a lot like Daedalic didn't actually play much of anything regarding games of this genre before they started making this one, because so many of these decisions would be more acceptable back in 2007, but this is 2023. By this point, this genre has had a total of nearly 20 years of development and growth to the point where we now know what works and what doesn't. So it shouldn't have been this difficult to make a Gollum game like this. At the very least, it'll still be unpolished, of course, but at least these decisions definitely shouldn't have been made, a lot of them.
Look, I mean, when your decisions make it that so much as selecting a decision feels more tested than it needs to be, there's a serious
this
problem.
bay here. So basically they told me to climb this tower and catch this thing. So now we're going to do something to get the elves to tell us where Mell is. So we're going to drop the Truefling nest on elves. See, this is a good thing that I read the lore about the Trueflings. So let's do that.
What are you... No, wait!
There you go.
Hook, line, and seeker. Dude, I feel like telling the truth now.
Where is Mell?
Wow, Smeagol, and now Smeagol is acting like a cop.
Dang. Maybe we weren't too off with Detective
I
Smeagol.
don't know where she is.
She must be dead by now. All blind and alone. Poor girl. But so ill-mannered.
Never
Is
liked
she really ill-mannered? Granted,
No,
I know that
miss
she
her.
actually made nice with Gollum, but she never gave off that air.
Gwendol. Gwendol. He knew Mell quite well. Did you know?
Everyone knew. It wasn't
Yeah,
much of a
we've gone through that. Move on.
Well, that explains it. I visited him once. Gwendol.
I'm assuming they're meant to look high off their asses.
Well, yeah, that's
Remember,
kind of the point, yeah.
That this true serum induces you into a state of torpor and
But then I heard
confusion.
another voice reply from beyond the mirror.
It's just that the expressions don't look too different from when they weren't
Sounding
high.
Very kind for once. So I left, so as not to disturb them.
Oh, really?
The one in the Riddlemaster's rooms. Good elves, they talk so very honestly today.
What are you doing?
Smeagol will have a look in the mirror.
What's stopping them from stopping you? Like, it just compels them to tell the truth. I don't think it mind wipes them from stopping you.
And
guess it
Gollum
does.
and
No,
Gollum
don't think about it.
and Gollum magically teleports himself into the Riddlemaster's chambers.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it's better than forcing you to go all the way to there.
Yeah, if I don't think about it, then that's just looking into the abyss and letting the abyss blink back. Oh, it looks like Mell
Well, Jova.
got a thing with the Riddlemaster.
Well, Jove, it's like lightning says in Lightning Returns. No man can look at the darkness for so long and survive with his soul intact.
Also, I'm guessing because you went with Smeagol, that explains why you care so much about Mell, but assuming you went with Gollum, why would he care where Mell is?
He probably still needs her to actually get through the haze.
Yep.
I mean, good luck going back through the haze. Hey, wait a minute, come to think of it. Oh, never mind, the elves probably manipulate the haze, so that's how they caught up with him.
Yep, the Lord told us,
I
Jova.
find it interesting how the developers
Yeah.
seem really proud of the way they designed this place, because we have to go through it twice in this game. And again, I found the layout of this particular house to be very confusing and annoying.
Get it? Because it was made by the Riddlemaster. He made his architecture like a riddle.
Again, as I said, the first thief did this concept better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, that was my bad. I swear, I swear, I could make a counter of how many times Gollum, for whatever reason, starts walking in place for no real reason. Fuck. I don't know why, but for some reason I really screwed up in this section. There you go. All right, third time's the charm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and go there another route.
I mean, the important part is to actually reach the mirror anyway.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it does. So this is actually one of the few good puzzles that the game has.
Oh, really?
This upcoming one of the mirror, yeah. It's a puzzle that feels like something that would definitely be in a point-and-click adventure game. So I can definitely see this as a Daedalic thing. Alright. There you go. Fuck.
The ragdoll.
You tried. You tried so hard only to fail.
Praise.
This is Pedro's TED talk on the struggle to get around the Riddle Master's house. Seriously, how does a Riddle Master even get around in his own house? This would be incredibly inconvenient to...
Unless he actually does the thing that Ganon does in the Legend of Zelda Dick cartoon and teleports randomly.
Yeah, I guess. wait. Now it doesn't hurt me in fall damage? Consistency? What is that? Like, anyway, so here's the basic gist of it. You have to look at the mirror and make sure that the real world matches the reflection on the mirror, meaning the tree has to be pointing down, and you have to make sure the candles are lit or put out, depending on how you're seeing them in the mirror. You may notice that there's actually 3 candles in the mirror. So the first thing we have to do is this.
Faces. No, we want them gone.
What?
Rorschach painting logic, Pedro. It represents both a tree and the 2 faces.
Tree again.
Okay.
Better.
See, the thing is, that line that Gollum just said, tree again, better. It kind of threw me off a bit. Wait, am I supposed to have the tree up? Because he just said, tree again, better. Like, I thought that was meant to be a hint that I'm on the right track, but don't worry, I figured out soon enough.
It's just that Gollum himself actually doesn't like 2 faces and prefers the tree.
I guess. I feel like this would have been one of those cases where it would have been better to just not have him say that, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have to make sure that the candles... Okay, so in the mirror...
So light this candle.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm about to figure it out. I was just trying to... I'm basically just trying to see, because, again, that line from Gollum kind of threw me off a bit. Because usually what they do in these games is when you're on the right track with a puzzle, the character will say something that's like a subtle hint to the player that you're on the right track.
The problem is that the character in question for this game is notorious for expressing, himself in vague terms or, just in a selfish mood. So it's kind of counterproductive for this logic. So you run the risk of either having the character not to be in character, or like in this case, not to be giving you a hint or being counterproductive.
I feel like you could have said something akin to, like,
I think
how about this? You could have had Gollum and Smeagol have a mini argument about, it should be up, it should be down.
Duck season. Rabbit season.
Yeah, sure. Why not, right? I feel like there were ways you could have done this. So basically, if I remember correctly, this is the point where I do figure it out. Okay, and I'm like, okay, fuck it. Let's just try to properly do this. Okay, so this is the little candle that's up. And yeah, I'm just checking the mirror real quick. And yeah, if I remember correctly, this is where I actually properly figure it out. Okay, so I have to get the tree down, and this time Gollum doesn't... Oh, nasty faces. Okay. And the candle on top has to also be lit.
This game is anything but lit.
Yep, basically. Alright, okay, at this point I'm starting to fail to realize what was already my thought process at this point. I feel like, come on Pedro, go up, it's the top candle, it's not hard. Alright. Anyway, the Riddle Master, of course, loves his riddles, I get that, but damn. Hire a better decorator.
Well, to be fair, the place is kind of in ruin, so it's not in its best state.
See. Okay, now I remember what I was thinking. Actually, I was wondering. Wait, how is it? Is it that the mirror changes based on what I do, or is it just that I have to just make it look like how it is in the mirror? Yeah, this is. I think this is where I figure it out, because I feel like what my thought process was. Okay, hold on. Does whatever I do in the real world affect the mirror though? That's what I was wondering. I think There you go. Solved.
Cha-ching.
Look at drawing. And no, you don't get any pick rats for that.
Oh.
So there you go. If you ever wanted to know how Mel's eyes used to look like, there you go. Okay, I have no idea what that is because the game didn't make any note of that, but yeah.
A maze.
That's interesting because the final stealth section of this game is a maze, but I'm not sure if it's the same maze as in that paper. I doubt it is. Anyway, here it is, the strange marble.
The Riddle Master.
I cannot hear you. Just listen then, listen carefully. Please let her hear me. It's in the water. I feel it now. The enemy's treachery. You were right. Of course you were right. I have bound my mind to the source. What's left of it anyway? I'm so tired. I have been trying to send you my dreams through the haze.
Oh, so for a moment there when I first heard that, I thought we were going to go into, like, find the source of Middle-earth, under the source style.
I need to seal the gate. Let me think. I cannot think. The picture. The one we carved into the bark where we first met, remember? That shall be the password for the gate. Find me. Come to the source. It will be dangerous, but I am lost without you.
What gate? Does it know where Mell is?
Who are you?
So I guess the Riddle Master can communicate through that ball.
I think so.
He seems to be in a bit of a
maybe
trouble right now.
Or plot twist, the Ringmaster is the ball.
So
And
again,
Gollum did the Kratos thing and put the hand with the object behind his back and just poofed away.
To be fair, plenty of video games do this.
I know it's extra noticeable here, and like just given the lack of effort in regards. That being said,
Haze, he said, and that is very
Yes,
I
go on.
ask yet again. What's stopping those two asshole elves from blowing the whistle on us, especially since, you know, in fact, if anything, they were afflicted with the truthlingsness, so if anything, they'll be blabbing about Gollum's plan, if anyone asks them.
Okay, let's test your theory. Let's leave the chamber, see what happens now. I guess the cruel elves just magically don't do anything. Sorry,
Oh
Jova.
my god, did they vanish from the plot?
Kinda, yeah. One of them still returns, but the other one, yeah, he basically vanishes from the plot at this point.
A ring of protection for tonight's feast.
like the haze.
If you will, but far less ambitious.
A place where Mell and Riddlemaster first met. The cook knows about it, yes?
You don't give up, do you? I do remember that night, the big oak in the King's Grove. It was the first time Mell was invited to one of the gatherings. Such an untamed child she was. No,
You know, we're
patience,
hearing a
no
lot about
manners.
Mel's character that I just do not see, honestly.
Feast will be there tonight.
Sorry, Jova, we can't render all those cutscenes because it's expensive.
Then again, you always end up
And
with-
we're-
Yeah,
and-
it would have
and-
been if the section in the prison of Baradur was just a tutorial, and the rest of the game was about this.
Yeah.
But like I said, if Mell had been our companion throughout the whole game instead of us wasting time with the other two.
Yeah, because Grashnek's entire thing is pointless and doesn't really go anywhere.
And the old man was,
It feels like an
an old
excuse.
man.
Yeah, it feels like an excuse to lead us into Shelob's lair so we can have some fan service.
Like, at best, it just feels like it's their way to say, look at this amazing journey Gollum had and all the people he met and helped, and like, it really doesn't seem to matter in the long run,
That's all
since,
you had to do.
again, 2 out of the 3
Oh.
are
Getting better,
dead
I
as
see.
far as we
And a
know.
breath of fresh air will not hurt you either.
Okay,
I shall take you to
so
the
now
ship.
you have once again another thingy where you can choose to either move on to the next section, or if you have some collectibles that you might want to still get, this is your chance.
What's she looking at? Seeing as how the way she was placed, she'd be looking right at the wall.
I don't know. Not that it matters much, because you can go to the chapter select menu and replay chapters so you can get the collectible, so it's not like it matters much.
Alright, let's see this party, y'all!
Okay, so basically the elves are partying and Gollum is a guest of the cook for some reason.
And the music is still haunting and droning, even though we're at a literal party. Jesus Christ!
Can we at least see breakdancing Gollum or something?
I mean, this reminds me of how Tears of the Kingdom handles its boss music, like the final boss. It's literally a fight in the sky with two dragons, and the music still is being ambient, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? But tune in next time, everybody, where unfortunately, even though this is a party, we will not be able to get wasted.
Oh well.
But we'll see what we can do. See you then.
Yeah.
See ya.